Yes, hello everybody. Welcome to another stream. Welcome to another Euro 2020 discussion stream. My name is Christopher Scott. And as you know, every Sunday we talk about Euro 2020. Interesting scenes here today. You know, some predictions were blown out the water. And of course, we have to discuss it. So, welcome everybody who is joining in. Welcome to everybody who will be joining later. And we'll get this thing on and cracking. So, the first match of the day actually saw Czech Republic going up against Netherlands. And you would think that Netherlands would be the team to actually beat Czech Republic. They're not the best. They have not done the best. And you expected them, even with not being the best, they would have done something. And the fact that they were not able to do anything spells a lot of problem for Frank de Boer. Is it that Ronald Koeman should have stayed? Is it that Ronald Koeman should have continued with this Netherlands team, as well as coach Barcelona? That is the big question that a lot of people were asking themselves whenever they see this Netherlands team, because of course, this Netherlands team is full of talent. You have Georgina Wijnaldum, Matthias de Ligt, Frankie de Jong, Memphis Depay, Wout Weghorst, who of course was a very, very, very important part in Wolfsburg qualifying for the Champions League in the Bundesliga last season. And they're just not getting it done properly. And today against the Czech Republic, it showed, because the Czech Republic, the part of the game that you would think that the Netherlands team would have done well in versus Czech Republic, that is where they got beaten today. And that was in the middle of the park. As I said, you have the likes of Georgina Wijnaldum and Frankie de Jong in the middle of the park that would have stringed the passes one and disrupt the play of the Czech Republic team too. So they were able to not only defeat this Netherlands team, but they were able to beat them in the middle of the park. And that was the complete... That was the difference maker. As we see Robert coming on to the stream. Robert, what's going on?
It's not a good day. Not a good day at all.
Not a good day at all. And we discussed that. But talk to me about, Robert, what happened with the Netherlands game. I want to discuss the Netherlands game as we see Craig coming into the fold. Craig, we need to add up David and make him forward, because ever since England now do so hot in these Euros, they don't show up, What's going on with Mr. Becker?
No question. We can go and drink some tea. Can I give any that?
And to be honest, this was the best day of Euro 2020. I'm not gonna lie. The two games, all fans from the four nations that played today could have sat on the edge of their seat wondering what's going to happen next. And I think it's what you need for the Euros.
Yeah, Portugal very unlucky today.
I think they were hugely unlucky today. Very, very unlucky today. I honestly thought that, but I don't even want to get into that first. Let's get into, of course, the Netherlands game for today. It was the first game today, and we saw, as we were discussing in the group, that Netherlands bread and butter for this team, at least, that was where they got beaten today, in the middle of the park. When you're looking at Georgina, who is going to Barcelona, Frankie de Jong, who is at Barcelona, you would expect that they would have been able to control the middle of the park more. But that guy from West Ham, Thomas Soucek, did very well in containing both Wijnaldum and de Jong.
Yeah, and check based on what I saw there. Surprising, but they're very physical and they're very disciplined. You know, just a side note, I realized why the South American teams generally have not been having much success against the European teams. Once those teams sit back and say, "Here, what? You shall not pass like Gandalf." Hard to break them down.
Yeah, it's very difficult to break them down. And of course, I mean, would we say probably that Schick is currently the player of the tournament because he has been popping up everywhere for Czech Republic and he's done so well for them so far, and he's very crucial in them going into the quarterfinals as we speak.
Well, what about Denmark, the captain?
Well,
You know, being the lead and that inspiration behind the team's success. Oh,
as you see,
Kino, they're
yeah,
fine, good.
fine, good. Well, he has been very critical of Memphis Depay.
Oh man, this Czech team, and you know the truth is, the Czech Republic team, you know, from as far back as Thomas Rosicki in those days, has always been a good enough team, you know, not bad, not bad, you know.
Yeah,
I just think Holland were outplayed today, you know. They were outplayed. Unfortunate for the lip, you know, that slip. I guess he thought he was the keeper. But no, well, as a defender, I don't think you can kill him because it was either that or the goal based on where he was.
Yeah.
You saw that 10 man from them go down to 10 men, and then the usual curse that follows the Dutch team once it reaches the round of 16, always some form of misfortune or something like that.
But Craig, that it's the same guy that caused the problem for De Ligt to get the red card. He has the guy that has been popping up. That's why I say maybe we should give these teams that are not the big teams more credit than they do, because look at the story for Denmark, who absolutely smashed Wales yesterday by 4 goals to 0. And look at the guy named Brathwaite, who was a panic buy for Barcelona and has not been playing bad in these Euros so far. So,
and Chris,
I mean, these teams, where I say,
and Chris, and even the Austria team, Austria was very, they were very unlucky yesterday as well because they played excellent. I think they played well.
They did very well against that Italian.
And Kino, Italy, the way Kino was talking, you'd have thought that Italy would have run out 3 love winners, but it was a very tight game.
Yeah,
down to the wire, you know?
That was true. So, Kino says Czech look good, but I think Denmark will pass them. I beg to defend that, you know, because I think that game in the quarters is going to be very difficult to call. I honestly think that game is going to be very difficult to call.
I think I'm going to go with Denmark because that Christian Eriksen effect, I think the players are playing to support him, to prove something, you know, I guess even just to try and win it for him.
Right.
You can see like a Cinderella story coming out of all of this.
All right, sir. So, Robert, what do you think about Holland's game today?
Robert, your eyes look a bit puffy though.
I think them.
Your eyes look a bit.
Alan, they had a lot of people.
Look, guys, look who turned up. Look who turned up.
Mr. Bell.
It was a driver, actually a driver, so we're not going to miss it.
Hey, but Mark, you are man will live in America. Or is it you know no device so can each on the phone for the car?
No, because I just buy the car here. Okay. Nah. I'm not set it. Just buy it.
Alright, so Robert, what do you think about the Holland match? What do you think that went wrong in that game?
Alright, so they had a lot of positions, right? They had a lot of ball positions. But they did not make use of it. They had 6 shots overall, none on target.
Mm-hmm.
You can't score goals unless you have the shots on target. They were flirting with the defense with the Czech Republic defense, but nothing came of it, and then everything went downwards after the red card, and Czech make use of it.
I have a question. But
So
Robert, I was asking, couldn't it have been as a result of Czech's defensive shape and discipline that could have caused
okay.
them
So
that
after the red card, right? What I think they should have done, instead of making an attacking change right away, a change and then look forward to going extra time instead of trying to continue with the shape that they had, with two players up front that leave space in the middle and no one there to protect the defense. So you just open up the defense and the space.
Alright,
Use of it.
So, alright. So Keena said that the Dutch don't have no good team from 2014, and it seems like no
I
time.
disagree because if Van Dijk was playing,
It would have been a different thing.
the team would have been more balanced. I personally believe.
And I honestly think that De Ligt would have been more composed.
Yeah.
I think De Ligt is no doubt a leader, you know, but
Yeah.
he's
That's
not
unfortunate.
going to be a leader for. I think you'd have to transition. There's been, and this whole thing in passing the torch is so important in sports. You know, MJ passing the torch to Kobe. You know, we don't ever want to discuss anything else apart from that. But the passing of the torch is very important. And in order to be an effective leader, you have to learn from the leader. We all know that Virgil van Dijk is the leader of that Dutch team. No doubt about it. And the fact that he was not there, I think that really, that composure that De Ligt normally has, I think that went through the door for him. I think that if Van Dijk was there, it would have been a way better defense.
Most definitely.
So I think that Van Dijk was the huge missing link for that team. Bell, what you say?
But Chris, separate apart from that, but I think after the red card, both coach and the team panic.
Yeah.
It's like all of them went into panic mode. You know, you never had a player being sent off like that in a crucial match like this. So it's like, to me, them panic. You understand? Because even change when make after that. You never really ever do that.
True.
You understand? You never make that change. But the panic and that caused them, which we still can't, honestly, we still can't take away from the Czech team. Them really was outstanding.
Thank you.
Understand? Not every team will see a big team like Netherlands play with 10 man and still can capitalize on it. Them did outstanding. So I think Netherlands have to look at the two side in that we have to give credence to Czech. You understand? Them have to get them what to do to them. And then they were outstanding.
All right. So Kino says Italy is generally slow but smart and normally use defense for inspiration.
Can I talk on that matter, please? Because
Yes. Go ahead.
No, I always wonder. Oh, hold on. I'm not saying. All right, I've played a little football in my life. That first goal, the defender saw the player. The player had to do everything in his power to get control of the ball. Why is the defender going to sell himself right there? It was a free tap.
I can't tell you.
All he was just to put it past him and just hit it as hard as he can. You can't afford to sell yourself right there as a defender, brother. Come on. And these players are professionals. Mark, I know that it is easy to sit on the sidelines and watch it, but as a defender, what I would have done was gone there and just stood up. I'm not going to tell myself because there's no way could have gotten a shot off with his first touch after that. After that header, because the ball was bouncing all over the place. And that was basically the beginning of the end.
Yeah.
Because once you score on your first, just see what, just call it. Because those boys not going to give up a goal. And I want up a better term. But it was a good game. It's a very good game.
Hey, Bell, you get big up in the chat, you know. Uncle Bell in the building.
Oh, but why me can't see the chat? Let me look.
No, I don't
can't
think
see
you're going to see because, you know, I guess maybe he'd have to go to his phone.
Yeah. But yes, it's a Uncle Bell in the building. But guys, we want to talk about the game that I know Robert doesn't want to talk about, and it's going to be very hilarious.
I don't think it's going to be hilarious because I think Robert will agree that he.
I am anxious.
Come on. Robert, now
So, gents, we will be having a new European Championship winner after Belgium knocked out Portugal by 1-0 in what I believe was an exciting encounter. Albeit, well, fun and joke aside, it was not complete dominance by another team. It was end-to-end action, in my opinion. And first off, I thought that Fernando Santos did a very good job in not starting Nelson Semedo. Because if he did, it would have been worse.
Over. Yeah, it would have been over.
It would have been worse. I thought.
Semedo leak, you know. Semedo leak from the Eurostar.
Yeah, man. He has been the weak link in the defense.
Yeah.
And I thought that, in my opinion, I was actually pleasantly surprised in Diogo Dalot's defensive work. He's not known to be a defensive player. But Diogo Dalot defensively was not bad today.
No.
I mean, of course, I don't think he could have done anything about that goal by Torgan.
Hold on, but I think who was it that was closest to Torgan at that point? Somebody was in the box. And generally I realized, all right, you see a lot of times, because generally in football, I know that the coach will tell you to keep a shape. But I don't know why is it that the players like to back off the players when they are at an angle. That's not the right thing to do. You have to step up. Case in point, the goal today. I can't even kill the keeper because the ball went one direction.
I am not blaming Patricia.
No, he did nothing.
I'm not blaming Patricia for that.
The defenders should have tried.
It's a knuckleball.
I think Jota was running back towards the play, and that is why he backed off because Jota was running. I think that's what happened.
Yeah. So Kino says Portugal was good on paper, but the gelling was poor.
No. I don't think it was.
Portugal hit the bar today. João Felix kick one over the bar where he was supposed to get on target. But they played well.
I think they played well. They were just unfortunate, in my opinion. They were not lucky. Because on any average day, those opportunities that Portugal got with the players that they have, they would have paired.
Courtois made an excellent save in the first half. So
yes.
That one from Ronaldo.
Yep. And then an excellent save from that Ruben Diaz header too.
Right. And a lot of persons, generally Courtois, we know that Courtois will make that odd mistake. But he's a very good keeper, a quality keeper.
Yeah, he is.
Because not many people would say that one that he saved today. Because it's the ball, swerving and dipping.
Alright, so Belgium, right? They had one shot on target, and that was the goal. Right?
In the first half.
One shot on target. No, in the entire game. One shot on target. So he was actually the savior. He was actually the savior for Belgium. If it wasn't for him, Portugal would have won the game.
I think Sanchez. We're talking in the WhatsApp group. I thought I wanted Sanchez to go forward because in the first half he was the only one. The few times that he did take up the ball, trouble.
But the thing is, he was calling for the ball a lot of times. He was not getting it. the only way in the second half he had more space, he had more room. But the change for Palina, I think that change came too late in the game. It should have come a lot earlier, and that is when it was after that change that we see Portugal started to progress in the attack, and Sanchez were given more room and space.
What about Bruno?
And
Bruno
I don't think they should have stopped him though. I don't think they should have stopped Sanchez.
In my opinion, guys, I think the whole Bruno situation, Craig, Bruno cannot thrive in a 4-3-3.
No, but you can't really blame Bruno either because he's playing wide.
I'm not blaming him. I'm not blaming him.
No, he's not blaming him, you know.
He's lost, and as in I'm not.
But in my opinion, all right, but as good of a player as you are, you know, Craig,
all right.
If you're not playing in the right system, you're going to look last no matter how good you are, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
No matter how good you are, if you're playing in a system that does not suit you, I don't know. If you...
Paulina did well. He played well.
Paulina,
Yeah, but I think Bruno would have done a better job.
I think Bruno has been played out of his natural position.
That is what that's what I'm saying.
Portugal.
That's what I'm saying, Craig. Because
I totally agree with Chris. I mean, if you play out of your natural position, you're not gonna be that effective.
Yeah.
Unless it's for example, it's a position that somebody coach would potentially see you know, playing and him help develop you in that position. That's a different case.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's a system where you're you don't establish in a position and then the coach take you and just put you in a different position, you're not going effective. And that is why a lot of persons talk about Bruno. Them say Bruno look better at Manchester United than at Portugal. And them say Pogba look better at France than him look at Man U, because when him there France, him get to play them in right position.
And anybody that play alongside Kante are gonna look good, brother.
Well, you have a point, that's not okay.
Yeah, but here's why Kante is here's why Kante is thriving. Because Deschamps knows what Kante's strength is and places it in that. Because I'm telling you, you know, if Kante plays out of position, you know, Kante are gonna look last year.
True.
He's not gonna look last year, you know.
And Pogba doesn't do much defensive work for France. He just gets the ball and do what he needs.
That's why I'm saying, if no matter how good you are, if you're playing out of position, it is not gonna be pretty. You're gonna see him last 90% of the time. The only time you're not gonna look last is if you're at once in a generation talent.
Yeah, because you have some players that are good like that, you know, like Daley Blind. Remember? Daley Blind
Daley Blind can play CDM, he can play central mid, he can play right back, and he can play centre back.
Yeah.
So he have some generational talents that no matter where you put them. Yeah. So I think that it's not Bruno's fault in my opinion, but Santos's system does not fit Bruno. If a coach comes in and has a 4-2-3-1 formation and Bruno is placed in that number 10 role, then Bruno has a flourish for me. He's going to be better, much better, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Bruno and Sanchez in the middle would have been good.
So
outside
Robert.
Outside that way, Robert. The handwriting was on the wall.
Kina,
no, I don't mean from the starting. I'm not talking from the starting. I'm talking from the second minutes when I was saying that Palina need to be sub. That's when he was to be sub. He was sub too late.
Yeah, I think that he should have made the change a little bit earlier.
Gentlemen, can I tell you when I knew it was the beginning of the end for Portugal? When I see the ball hit the upright, Mr. Robert, go on today.
Yeah.
When I see that ball hit the when Guerrero hit the post, I was like,
and I realized it's Belgium as well. Belgium also is one of those teams you don't want them to score first.
No.
Yeah. You don't want them.
Yeah.
So is it thought about De Bruyne? Nobody's in injury. And Hazard, you got two players gone for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that can be blessing in disguise for Italy, you know, because
no, Belgium needs De Bruyne.
They do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. More
Then
than
who do you
anything
get
else.
for De Bruyne?
But let me tell you, what them can do without Hazard, not De Bruyne. Can
Yeah,
do
they
because
can
without De
do
Bruyne.
without Hazard. Because in my opinion, I think that Martinez should have continued to bring Hazard off the bench. I don't think he should have started today.
but I don't think
Right.
Hazard played. I think he played well, in terms of
Yeah, he
based on
played
how.
well.
No, I'm not saying that he didn't play well enough, Craig. But you see
But
the
him should
injury,
have continued.
when I get, me
Yeah,
not
yeah.
think he
Him
should have
is not a
started.
Because
He
player.
should have
it's
Him
come
a
a
off.
player of the
hamstring. That
match.
hamstring is normally as a result of fatigue, and match fitness.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The
So
Pope is
I
just
think
a thing.
I think honestly he should have continued to come off the bench and then build back the match fitness there. And then now through the tournament,
Yeah,
if
put him in
you once you see him get better and
you can
better,
start it.
then I think you can start him. But I don't think, because remember, this is just 4 matches into the Euros,
Yeah.
This is just 4 matches into the Euros. You're not gonna get fitness after 4 games.
After 4 games, yeah.
So
One second question.
But it seems like
Kino today, right?
Kino calling it already.
No, look here. Kino is an Italian, so he's not going to say anything
No,
other than that.
I'm called France. I'm going to say France. I think you say France can do it because them season.
Him says, let me re-show it. Kino said France is a season
not
team,
think
hence
they
they
will.
should do well. But
Yeah,
he
'cause
still
Italy
doesn't
side.
think they will win.
Oh,
No.
don't think they will win. Okay.
But you realize that
Italians, right.
Eventually France are go, if all goes according to plan, France are go back up Italy.
Yep.
France, yeah,
So-
they will play Italy. If
So
They might play
if Italy beats Belgium
yeah,
and France beats Switzerland
Switzerland,
and either
yeah.
Croatia or Spain,
Then them are go.
Then- Italy are go meet
they'll
are
meet
go meet
in the semi.
in the semis.
Semis.
So
Semi-final.
Spain,
Right.
I think Spain going home, I don't think Spain.
Me think so too.
Then I go home.
Yeah.
I don't make that
I
fight
don't
out
think-
get tricky.
I think they're gonna go home. Yeah, I
Oh.
think Croatia's gonna
Hold on. Perisic is out, COVID. So yeah,
Yes, Ivan Perisic is
that's a
out.
blow. That's a big blow.
Yeah, and
Good question.
even yeah.
Mountain thing there. What's the status on that? And Ben Chilwell. They said that they're
They-
training in isolation, but what? They don't get, but them test results yet. Them are good.
They said that. All right, so the quarters. Hold on, let me just check based on what the. All right, so England should play on. I think they're gonna come back the day before. The day before the England-Germany game. So I think they might be available. So I'm not 100% sure, but we should get some
Okay.
we should get some more information on that. So we have to go back to the predictors now, Craig, because now it's been
What's up?
absolutely what our paper need to tear up.
Because Portugal is gone.
Portugal is
And
done.
not just Portugal,
Netherlands is done too.
For me, I
Because-
think
Portugal
the
is
shocker
the
for me.
biggest.
The shocker for me was Netherlands. Honestly, I had expected.
No, but hold on, but we had it right. We had it right.
I had expected a Belgium win. Reason being, I know Portugal is a good team, a very good team, and them are very good players. But I just think that Kevin De Bruyne effect would have taken, it would have been the dominant force in Belgium. So even if you can find that them have probably the 2-1 or 3-2, even if it's a high scoring game,
Yeah.
I just think Belgium would have get on the edge.
But
Because of-
that means but Portugal got a break in it because Kevin got injured.
Eh?
Remember Kevin got injured also during the game. Early it was at halftime. It was right.
right after.
Yeah, right, like
Right,
a few
right
minutes into the
after
second half, he had to come off. So that was like a silver lining of Portugal, and he still couldn't capitalize because the other guy, who was that came on for him? Munier?
No,
Yeah.
Mounier started.
Eh?
Mounier started.
No, Mounier was on the field, I think.
Mounier
What's the
started.
guy name? He was what? He was, as a matter of fact, he was the one who started in the Denmark game. And then they take him off and put on De Bruyne.
Robert, sorry again, Robert. It was just unfortunate for Portugal. Portugal.
Yeah, it was really unfortunate.
Come on. Come on.
So now we're at this predictor, right? And we now know that 2 quarterfinals have been set, and that's Denmark versus Czech Republic and Belgium versus Italy. So let's go through the final set of round of 16 games. France and Switzerland.
In France.
Croatia, Spain. I say Croatia.
Croatia.
Yeah. Sweden versus Ukraine.
Sweden. I think Sweden will.
Why? That
This is
match
hard
is
to call.
tight. That's hard to call. That's hard to call. The other one is easy. The other one is easy to call.
Germany.
Yeah. So, that's easy.
But don't be surprised if England
I see
starts on the property.
If England, let me tell you something. So England playing Germany.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're playing Germany on Tuesday.
In England.
Look here. If England, if a matter of fact, if Germany play how they play first match against Portugal,
Come on. Germany never beat England, man.
is who Germany
It's always a good match.
if they play like that,
So you guys
I'm
give
telling
Sweden
you.
over Ukraine?
England they said
Sweden, yeah, I
Yeah.
think Sweden will win.
Yeah, I think Sweden will get it.
Okay.
I think Sweden might get it. So with all these quarterfinals set for you guys, Belgium, Italy. How you see that one going?
Belgium.
Hard to call. Hold on. It
Italy.
depends. Hold on. If Kevin De
Belgium
Bruyne.
Oh yeah, that.
Kevin De Bruyne is there. I have
Kevin De Bruyne is
Belgium
there?
winning up.
Yeah, but if he's not
Yeah,
playing,
if
it's going
him
to be
get
tricky.
I think he will play.
Kevin De Bruyne.
But hold on. But enough getting
can't
the
win,
X
but
factor.
if him
Enough
out-
so on.
It's a stick.
Bell. What about what's my boy name? Big thick brother man. Lukaku. Lukaku I take step on people, you know. The man a bully people.
And his first touch actually has improved a lot.
Yeah. Him now no wooden
See him
foot
play
again.
a ball today. You see him get a ball today, Virgin.
I remember that he's used to playing against his Italians.
Who?
So,
Yes.
Lukaku.
So what you guys say? Belgium to beat
If Kevin De Bruyne is playing, I'd say Belgium.
Okay.
I agree.
So we see Ramona joined the stream, and I don't know if he's going to be if he wants to be added to the stream. So let me just add him same way.
Ramon.
Alright, so yeah. So I'll have Belgium if everything goes according to plan.
France.
France,
France.
Croatia, yeah, France.
France.
Come on.
Sweden, Germany,
Germany.
Denmark, Czech Republic.
Denmark.
I have Denmark within this game.
Denmark.
Yeah.
So the semifinals, Belgium versus France.
This is going to be tough.
France.
France, yeah.
And then you have Germany versus Denmark.
Germany.
Denmark, you know. Look here.
Germany. What effect?
I actually
Don't
am.
be
It's
surprised. Don't be
not as
surprised.
straightforward, you know.
Hey, don't be surprised.
I said
Denmark
Germany.
the finals, my brother.
To
Hold on,
me,
I'll
this
be
is
honest.
yeah.
Is it impossible for Denmark to all the way and win?
You know, it wouldn't be a bad story still.
Exactly. It sounds like a
It
good
wouldn't be a
story.
bad
don't it?
story, you know.
No, I think if Denmark really go finals, yeah, you can show them to win. If they really go
Yeah,
finals.
root against them. The
Yeah.
one that- the one that not-
So you
not-
guys have Denmark beating Germany in
So
the semi.
yeah, let's say Denmark, yeah.
Yeah. Hold on. This point of it, Denmark is solid enough. Hold on. Look at Andreas Christensen. As a Chelsea man. Right now hope we bring this come next season.
No, he has been solid. He has been solid for Denmark this entire year so far. He has been very good for them so far. So I'm not even going to go around it. I also think that Dolberg, in replace of Yusuf Poulsen, has been, especially in the round of 16 game yesterday, was clinical, very very clinical yesterday. So I mean, it's going to be difficult. And remember, it was Nelson Semedo that kind of gave
Open the gates for Germany.
open the gates for Germany. I don't think it's going to be as easy for Germany against this Denmark team.
True, because Denmark, the defense is really good.
Man, them tough, brother. The man, them tough. Solid and
But let's go back to Italy game, right? Let's go back up to the Italy game. Italy have won what 31 game now?
No man, not won 31 games. They've been unbeaten in 31.
They have what?
They've been unbeaten.
Unbeaten.
They've drawn some and they've won.
Right, they have been unbeaten 31 games.
They haven't lost.
Right, and the defense is very good, so you can't even rule them out with Belgium either.
That's true. But
Yeah, hold on. What I'm saying, all right. You see, based on what I saw yesterday, and yesterday's match was the first test Italy got all tournament.
Yes, I
play them well.
I agree.
To play them
I was thinking too that if they were playing a more speedy team, they would have lost within the 90 minutes.
And that is how Belgium plays. Belgium sit back.
Right. But then again, the longer the game goes on, Italy control the game more.
Right.
Yes, it's kind of tricky.
I'm giving Belgium
If Belgium don't score early, Italy might win that game.
So who are you predicting to win? You're predicting
the game?
Italy? Yes.
You see, the thing is, as you were saying about De Bruyne, that's kind of
Hold on.
Now why you go around it, Yes, I know.
Chris,
Yeah.
backtrack little. So, on the set up the quarterfinals,
Yeah.
putting Belgium and
Well, some of them have been set already.
Already set already, yeah.
well, yeah. But in terms of the semi, gonna have Belgium, France, and who else down the bottom then?
Germany, Denmark.
I'll predict England to beat Germany to beat England. Tomorrow?
tomorrow.
No,
Tuesday. Oh, today's Sunday. Yeah.
So
What do you think of England? What do you think if England surprise us?
Oh.
By beating
England
Germany.
We know them a play? Rommel now jump on the call.
Rommel need to jump on the call,
Rommel
man.
need to jump on, man, because boy, Robert Portugal. Rommel, in Portugal, I don't think Portugal played poorly today. They were just unlucky.
They were just unlucky. It was just unfortunate.
Making some excellent saves.
And
then after a
again,
while, I'm not sure. I don't know.
and to me, when I think Ronaldo started to become effective when he went out wide.
Yeah,
Because
he was
when
able to
he
put
became
it in.
that number, when he started,
Because he was hardly getting the ball, and then with the change with Felina coming on, Felix coming on, and Ronaldo and Felix play good together, and Felix play out wide, and they will interchange. So yeah, that was good. That's why I was saying that in the 61st minute, they should have made that change.
all right.
So is a France and Denmark finals gonna look at that?
Why? I wonder if it's possible.
How is it France?
Possible.
France and Belgium.
All right. In other words, we're looking at Denmark.
Let me tell you something. Germany is not going to go to a semi-finals and lose to Denmark.
Hey,
To Denmark. Trust me.
hey, let me tell you,
Next week, you know.
I don't put it past because let me tell you something. You see this man named Rossi, who is this Italian who is the coach for Denmark. I don't know what he's doing with this team, but it's working very well.
But Chris, what can I add to what you're saying?
Has been underperforming so badly for Barcelona this season. And I don't know what Rossi is doing with Brathwaite. I don't know. I don't know, but they're so good, and they're the one thing that you need from these teams, and this is one of the reasons why in 2004 Greece won that Euros. They are not afraid to go against the big teams. They're not afraid.
And
That's true.
Chris, what I was saying, is that Christian Eriksen, the whole illness, and I think the team they found a renewed purpose and reason to play.
Yeah,
I
but
think they're
even that
playing
game,
for him. They are playing for him.
was it
Believe me.
who did beat them? I think it was what 3-1. In the
It
group
was,
stage.
No, man,
I
and
think
a 3-1.
Yeah, the second
one.
1-0 them lose to Finland.
No man, that Finland game. I'm talking about the game with them when they score first. They score first and they were it was against one of the big teams.
It was,
Who was in the zone again, Craig?
I can tell you. Belgium.
Right.
It was Belgium.
Right. When Belgium came, when
Belgium,
De
Russia,
Bruyne
and
came
Finland.
on and beat them. I think it was a 2-1 or 3-1. Right. If you watch that game, you know.
A 2-1 them beat them.
2-1. It was 2-1 Bell.
I don't know they'll freeze.
Then I'll PM data plan, man.
I'm not sure as to why. Yeah, so welcome Ramon to the whole discussion.
You're correct.
What you say, Ramon?
Yes.
You're correct.
Sorry about that.
Greg, him say him not hear you.
You still not hearing me?
Everybody hearing Kurt?
Yes.
Yeah, Craig. Yeah, I get cut up, I get disconnected a while ago. Sorry guys. What I was saying, if you watch how they played against Belgium, you realize that this Denmark team is not afraid of any one of the big name teams. They're not afraid to run out. But how they run out, you know, and a matter of fact, they could have won that game, you know, that Belgium game. You know.
I think so too.
They could have won that Belgium game. You know what I mean? So I don't think Denmark is a team for right off still, but honestly, I don't think that Germany going to go to as far as semi-finals and no switch on, so to speak.
I don't know, you know. It's difficult because you see when you as a team as a point to prove, because let's go back to 2004 with Greece.
Right.
Greece had a point to prove.
a goal at that Euro there?
Greece?
Yeah.
I think so.
And maybe a 1 or 2 goal.
But two goal then get
But the thing is, you know, Greece had the lowest odds to win that Euro. The lowest out of every single team that participated in that Euros. They had the lowest possible, the lowest odds to win that Euro.
Yeah.
They used that as motivation and won the Euros, actually beating Robert's team in the finals as well.
Portugal, yeah.
And let's go to 2016. 2016, Christie gets injured.
Yeah.
Portugal had a point to prove that, listen, we can win even without our main target man, Cristiano Ronaldo. And they did.
Right.
Even against a team, to be honest, had better odds in terms of the soccer power index
And
to win the Euros. Because at that time, you had Antoine Griezmann on form for Atletico. You had Gignac that was on form for Tigres. Kante was there. Umtiti was playing well for his team.
France hit the bar about 2 times in that game too.
Gignac had the opportunity to score in that game and put the game to bed in the 80 plus minutes. And then now when they went to extra time, of course, you know, Edier's goal, which I thought was a brilliant goal, to put the game to bed. So,
But remember, Chris, even that same, it was what, 2016, that same win that Portugal won, you know, they struggled to come out of the group, you know.
Yeah,
they
we
did.
came out 3 draws.
So they almost never made it out of the group.
So
Yeah,
do
three-
you see
3
another?
points.
Do you see another something like this happening again?
Right. We can't even say Denmark will lose to a Germany because you don't know what can happen.
Yeah, because I mean it's the same route that they're taking. I mean they didn't draw 3 games, but they lost 2 because they lost to Belgium and they lost to Finland.
Right.
And
I don't think they would have lost the
3
Finland
points.
game.
Huh?
I don't think they would have lost the Finland game if it was played on another day.
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
And
Everything was just that day was just chaotic. But you know what is funny too? What is funny with this Denmark team? If you look at how they play the matches, almost like each time they get like better. Is that they start playing better each match because they come out and started doing better against Belgium, even though they lost. But you can actually see like the team was revived, playing together, gelling and all of that. After that is like they kept getting better.
They make some quick adjustments throughout the game.
yeah,
And it worked.
it did work. So I would say kudos to them for actually doing well, and they demolished Wales. I'm not gonna lie, they played a perfect game against Wales. I don't think it would have gone any perfect.
Right, because with Wales, after the first 15 minutes, they adjusted and they took control of the other 3/4 of the game.
Yeah, I think
I
they did.
I was surprised. I was surprised.
And honestly, the story of you know their player, the man that is supposed to captain them, Christian Eriksen, you know, injured, you know, had that heart attack, and for him to be able to probably go with them and lift that Euro trophy, what a scene it would be
Cinderella story, brother.
for them to do that, you know. So I think it's a very interesting final. I don't think I can pick.
Chris,
I don't think I can choose which one because on any given day, I think both teams can win. On an average day, though, I think France will beat Denmark.
I think if Denmark really go to the final, if they really go to the final, they will win.
I'd be rooting for them though, for sure. You know, this always.
I'd be rooting for them as well. I'll be rooting for them as well. So, I mean, we can't count them out, but geez, it's gonna be very difficult.
And I think it would be good for the football to have an odd team, you know?
Right. Like with Greece.
Yeah.
Right. So, yeah. So far, who is the player of the tournament?
Player of the tournament.
From so far, for me, I would say Locatelli.
Who?
Locatelli.
Locatelli from Italy. Okay.
From Italy. Yeah.
Craig, who you think is the player of the tournament so far?
Who want to think about it?
I
Watch it in this disconnect again. Who do I have? Player of the tournament. I'm gonna go on a limb. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say Peter Schick. Patrick Schick, sorry, from Czech Republic. I have him as the player of the tournament so far. He has been very important for the Czech Republic. One, he scored a brilliant goal, one of the candidates for goal at the
Goal at-
tournament for the
One
Euros.
but I'm the goal and I'm the goal at the tournament so far.
Right? And he basically was the nail in the coffin for the Czech Republic against Netherlands.
Yeah.
So I
That's 4 goals.
have Schick as player of the tournament so far for me. I don't know about Mark or Craig.
I have Brathwaite tentatively, and
Wait.
well, no, Memphis Depay was really
Depay?
even though they didn't drop out. Yep. Yes,
Of course.
sir. He was creative. Him and Wijnaldum was, I think, them stand out. Creative.
Portugal
all
are
the plays.
the one
They were-
today.
I think they were instrument. If you look at most of the goals that were scored by Netherlands, you realize that it's like all of them involve Memphis Depay and Wijnaldum.
Yeah, I think so too. But I have
Locatelli has been a game changer for Italy. Even in the Austria game, when he came on, the game just changed. The game turned to Italy's favor. Because at one point you would think that Austria would have taken it home.
But you can say the same for Patrick Schick as well, because
Yeah.
once, I mean, when it looked like maybe Netherlands could have equalized and sent it to extra time, Patrick Schick just came in and just basically.
No, but you have to look at that too because of the red card.
Yeah, but you only get dealt with the card that is in front of you. Because you said
But without that red card though, you think Netherlands would have lost?
Yes.
Yeah,
You think so?
I
don't
like
think
I
so.
said, like I said, Czech Republic, even before the red card with Matthias de Ligt, were playing better in the middle of the park than Netherlands, and that was Netherlands' bread and butter.
I was just watching it and saying that if Netherlands would have gotten one shot on target, just one shot they need, and they would have scored. It's just that they take too much chances before they scored. That's always been their problem.
Yep, and they turned on to hurt them this time.
Yeah, so Ramel says Renato
Yeah,
Sanchez.
Sanchez, yeah.
He's another person that really
Yeah,
we
can't
can't
give him
forget
credit.
because he has been fantastic for Portugal.
I expected them to do more today though.
Yeah, I did. I'm not gonna lie. I did. So now that our prediction has been blown out the waters now, gents. I mean,
Who's pretty?
how do we say this now? Because Portugal, we had Portugal
No,
there.
not we. Robert.
Who's prediction?
Robert insisted. Robert, tell everybody, guys, it was not the panelists, it was Robert. Robert was confident.
When they
He look
can
at
go
his
back
face.
and watch it, please.
Face is
When they can
puffy.
go back and watch it.
He has been crying all evening.
Yes, Mark. Yeah, Mark.
Whose prediction has been blown out of the water? 'Cause
Robert.
my prediction is still quite alive. My prediction is quite alive.
I understand.
The only
But I
prediction I
mean,
see died a natural death is Robert. my prediction still stands. For me, it's either it's Belgium or France going to win this.
and I think that if Belgium doesn't win this tournament or the next World Cup, that is it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
That is it. This is their golden generation, and I don't really see anybody stepping up to the plate, Because the only young person that I see is has been doing okay is Torgan Hazard and Yuri Tielemans. But I mean, apart from those two, who are you looking at? Maybe Tahith Chong. Taith Chong, which country Taith Chong plays for? Netherlands or Belgium? Netherlands or Belgium Taith Chong plays for?
Dutch.
I think he made a
Oh,
Belgian,
he's a Dutch one. So with Yuri Tielemans and Torgan Hazard there, which other person you think I will carry the mantle? There's nobody there. So I think if they don't win here, they don't win now. And as a matter of fact, Torgan Hazard is 28.
Yeah, but remember him have a younger brother too, you know.
He does, but what's
we not hear about him.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
He's 25, he's not that young neither.
Exactly. Kylian Hazard is the name of the younger brother. Mm-hmm. The younger brother is 25. And you have, Ethan Hazard is
17, I think. Yeah.
He's 17 years old. So, and we're not hearing much about Ethan and Kylian.
No.
So with these two, it's nothing. I mean, who are you going to have as persons to carry the mantle for them?
Yeah, that's true.
So if Belgium doesn't win it now, you know, that is it.
And then,
also
the France team is still there as a unit. Not very old.
Mm-hmm.
Like Kante and Pogba and Benzema. But the rest of the team pretty still in them prime.
Yeah. So guys.
And I believe I was saying, Chris, World Cup, I think a South American team is going to win the next World Cup. I'm not going to say Brazil, but South American team.
You think a South American team is winning the next World Cup?
I think if this Brazil team remains, with the core minus Neymar,
right,
can challenge.
All right,
but
so guys,
based on how these European teams are playing, but yeah, you can go ahead till World Cup.
All right, so Gold Cup is coming up. It's next week. The 10th of July is going to be the first game. Next week, Saturday. Not Saturday coming, the other week, Saturday. We're going to also discuss that. So that's supposed to be a good discussion as well. So with the groups that are happening, with the groups that are here, I'm going to share this screen, Jen, so we can predict this again, because
the Jamaican man them come out with them provisional squad. They make up their mind. They find them.
I don't know if they're the 23. I'm not sure, but the provisional squad is still there. The 60-man provisional squad is still there.
But Chris, at this stage of the game, you're not supposed to have at least 30 man. That list is supposed to cut in at 2 by now.
Yeah, man, it should. They say, I think they're gonna release it on Monday, so tomorrow. So I'm waiting to see that list so we can discuss it this next week, Sunday. So the first group is Curacao, El Salvador, and Mexico. We all know I have my 2 that's coming out of this group, which is Mexico and El
Salvador. Yeah, easy.
I have 2 coming out of this group. Mexico and El Salvador, Group A. Mark and Craig, what you say?
Yeah, man.
That's easy.
All right, so Group B, Canada, Martinique, USA. We already know who's coming out of that.
USA, Canada.
Yeah.
Canada and USA.
Good ball, man. Fast your friend.
Yeah. All right, so of course, how we can forget that, Romel? We can't forget that because there's been a lot of talk about this Olympics.
One on, Chris. Oh God, I'm not going to
let's finish first.
Yeah, we can finish that talk. Yeah, we don't talk.
We'll finish this.
Because look here.
Yeah.
Thing they need for Athletic Association need for do certain things. You want to this morning?
Yeah, that's
we talk about that afterwards.
Yeah. So the The third
Jamaica,
group,
Costa
which is
Rica.
Group C,
Jamaica,
Jamaica, Suriname, Costa Rica have
Yeah.
Jamaica and Costa Rica coming out of that group.
Because
Not sure
we're
who's coming
Jamaicans.
first.
Because
Huh?
we're Jamaicans, we're saying that.
No,
I
no.
legitimately think we can come out of it.
No, I
Yeah,
think
man.
we can.
Genuinely think we and Costa Rica. Yeah.
And then the third group, the invitee to this Gold Cup is Qatar.
Panama.
It's Grenada, Panama,
This-
Qatar,
yeah,
Honduras.
this-
I have Panama and Honduras.
Panama, and how much does Qatar
I
run?
don't think Honduras is coming out, but Qatar, you can't rule them out still.
Yeah, I have Qatar might surprise us, but I have Panama and Honduras coming out of that group.
Yeah.
All right, so we have to discuss the Olympics before we go, because
Hold on, stick up the 200 meter run yet? The 200 meter run yet?
Yes.
yes,
Shelly run left, people.
Yeah.
Shelly run left,
Shelly
Sharika.
and
Alien,
Sharika.
run left them.
Who?
Shelly and Sharika clock their PB.
Hold on.
Sharika have a broke her neck to catch Shelly. Could catch her, run out of track.
Who win the race?
Shelly.
Shelly won 21-7.
So, hold on, who comes second?
Sharika came second,
Second.
21.
Sharika run left Elaine?
Yes. Elaine got on to 22-01.
Okay. But they can't judge her after these races still, you know. Even though Sharika.
So here's the thing.
Ready?
Here's the thing. I think
Because Sharika putting out more. You would say Sharika putting out more, but Elaine don't peak yet.
I'm also.
I don't think Sharika peak yet. You know?
Sharika not peak yet because I've heard from a reliable source that she's not doing any sprint training. She just come run. You know, she
Oh,
do a normal
really?
training. Yeah, man. She's not doing any sprint training yet.
Okay.
So the fact that she's not doing sprint training and clocking 10-7 and 10-8.
So she's not running 400 meter at the.
No, she's not running 400. She's running 1 and 2.
I'm telling them, realize, it's a 400 meter training hard enough. The people that are really for like it, are Jamaicans generally like their 400 meter running, are the training for it. So I guess.
And that's why I was discussing with somebody yesterday. That's why I was asking them, and I think they're right, is that it's easier to scale back down to sprints rather than go up to quarter milers.
Yeah.
So a sprint person can't necessarily is not necessarily going to be successful as a quarter miler, but more often than not, quarter milers can be successful.
Right, because you have the strength.
Right.
But I'm thinking that that's the pet event. Why bother? You know, but then again, the results came out, right?
No,
Brianna
but
is going, and I'm glad.
she has,
Yeah.
Because
So
some
did
people-
Brianna run the 200? Brianna ran the 200?
I don't.
No, she didn't
No.
start. She didn't start in the finals.
No, she don't.
Okay.
She had qualified for the finals, but she didn't run.
So I have a question. What about the men? Are we expecting any medals from the men?
Craig, let's not discuss that.
For the men?
Because one other man, my boy in 100 meter, with me,
Who taekwondo Tracy?
Taekwondo Tracy?
10 seconds and 4 fucking seconds. Brother, USA are from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I call a speed. Jamaica.
No, they can't have more than 4 in the
Right.
race.
I'm just saying, give it the time.
Guys, you realize that the 17-year-old from USA clocked
So,
19 years,
hold on.
Yeah, broke Bo's record. Thing there.
the world junior record.
Yeah, Rommel, I'm not sure if you checked on Omar McLeod's IG post this morning, but I can agree, I can understand where he's coming from. The poor timing of the event, basically, it was different from the years gone by.
Yeah, because of, of course, because of COVID. COVID caused all of that.
Understood, Chris, but he is the defending champion. Why not? I mean, no.
So, because normally the defending champion would automatically.
With the amount of time we left, would I make McLeod go? Because the rest of the rest of money we are run. We can't do bet on them, brother.
Why McLeod not going?
He didn't make it. He came out the last.
Didn't make it.
He
He
hit the
lost
first.
the race.
No, but usually when you are a defending champion, you automatically qualify. Don't
Not
it?
necessarily, you know.
No, man. As a defending champion,
Not necessarily, you know.
not
Yeah,
necessarily.
man, I think because remember, I think
Mm-mm.
No,
No?
I think no.
No, not necessarily. Let me tell you, if you're a defending champion And
So
you get
did he?
exempted. If you have medical exemption and you're a defending champion,
Oh
you
yeah,
can't
yeah, yeah,
actually
yeah,
qualify.
yeah.
That is why
So did
Bolt
over
had
any early or
qualified for
anything?
his. That's why Bolt had qualified for the Olympics in 2012.
But based
Because he had
So did
medical
he eat over
exemption.
any of the hurdles?
the first one, no, but apparently leading into the
From the-
event, he was feeling, Rommel, we know that man. Men's final, I don't think none of them are gonna reach, brother. I don't think none of them are reach semis, much less finals, brother.
Yeah, that's not true.
I don't think,
I don't think that's going to happen.
So what was the men's 200?
Rashid
Dwyer,
Yeah,
and Blake from second.
Blake
time
ran
he
the
ran?
bend.
What time?
Blake ran the bend really well. Not gonna lie, Blake ran that bend very well. But Rashid Dwyer had
What was the
speed
time?
and strength. I think Rashid won. How much Rashid run? I think at 20.17 Rashid ran.
Oh, 20, okay.
Yeah, 20.17. But
But if you're not running 19, though,
Johan Blake ran that bend really well. I think he ran the bend.
you want
very
him
well.
second?
Yeah.
Johan came second, but he ran the bend. What was his problem? He wasn't able to maintain his speed.
Endurance.
While Rashid Dwyer came up and caught him.
Oh.
So I think that he ran the bend really well. I'm not even going to lie. He ran the bend well, you know. It's
But
just
he didn't
that
have the endurance to finish.
no,
But-
never
but-
have it.
But Chris,
Because if he continued that speed, you know, I thought he would have dipped under 20 seconds. But 21.7 is what Rashid clocked.
but look on all the female 100 hurdle. Megan surprised me.
No, Megan never surprised me at all.
Why?
Megan never surprised me.
Personally, I always pressure Megan. I think that's just me though. I just think for certain events, whichever sport, your physical stature helps. I think she's too short. But
So Megan won the race.
Virgin, she was immaculate. Her
Yeah,
form
man,
was
she ran the race.
So what about this other girl?
12.61
She's tall.
Daniel Williams.
Daniel, right?
Daniel also
Right.
gonna make it.
Daniel is
Really?
If she can run every race like that in the Olympics, I think we can get a medal. Her form was
You remember a
immaculate.
couple of years ago with Daniel when we wanted her to run I think it was the world champion and they didn't allow her to run. So I don't think they will allow McLeod to run.
No.
but here's the problem. No,
Because they don't have any diamond leagues in between now
No,
and
here's the thing
and
with
Olympics,
Daniel's
right?
time, you know. Here's the thing with Daniel's time, you know. Daniel fall started
Yes.
and she protested
Yeah, I remember.
run, right? She protested it and she just started to prove as Diamond Leagues went by. She even had the fastest time in the world heading into that major event. And they had no choice. They literally could not. You can't. There's no way. There's no way your sprint hurdler is clocking 12 little, 12.5, 12.4 in a Diamond League. Like, there's no way you're going to not let her into
Exactly.
there's no way that was that.
What was Megan's time?
Megan was 12.61, I think.
Okay, good time.
Yeah, man, the person,
Decent time too. Watch race. She ran a perfect race.
Going over the hurdle, she was
And
upright.
she's shy, you know?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Very short.
She was immaculate over each hurdle, and she was. It's not Asafa syndrome. We know this.
To
We
me,
know this.
I don't think she has. You know why I don't think she has? Because she's the defending champion in the 100.
I don't think she like to be beaten though. She don't like to be beaten.
She doesn't like to
Nobody
be
likes
beat.
to be beaten.
No, but the thing is, the difference with Elaine though. Not Elaine, the difference with Shelly, you can beat Shelly and beat her and she just come and
Chris, do you remember in the WhatsApp call I said, I call it as it did. I said, look here, do not be surprised. Shelly's going to make Elaine beat her in the semi because she's saving energy for the final. And so it's so done. And that's why I will agree with Rommel. You can't run your best come semi-final. I have a race 90 minutes after the semi.
but thing they did it too.
Who?
You want
America. Oh, you want? Yes, because if no one had run that time, the semi-final time, 9.98, he would have win the final.
yeah.
So I
Yeah.
just believe that.
But the thing is, if you're not running 9.8, you're not
Yeah,
coming first, second, and third in the
No, brother, you're not going to step, you're not going to finals.
you're probably not going to final either.
You're not going to go finals, brother.
You
You
can't
have to be running 9.8 consistently.
Ronnie Bacon, Bramwell, them on they are run 9-7.
Trayvon Bramwell around 9-7.
I have to be running consistently.
And Fred Curley, who is a 400 meter runner, is running 9-8 now.
So I see
Which-
my boy win the finals in 10 seconds and I pump up his chest.
Yeah.
Relax.
Control race.
Let's see if I'm going to pump up him chest.
But I have a question.
Yeah.
I want to stop 10 King. I expected to see Asafa.
No, me
Well,
think.
I mean, you can't really blame him. Remember that his wife has
Good child.
is with child, so I don't think he would have really try out for the Olympics.
I'm probably not running fast. I'm running 9, you know.
So it's safe to say then that.
I'm not running 9.
Asafa, remember I stop 10 King, brother? You can't.
Yeah, I'm not running 9.
No man running.
But why run if you know that you're not going to win or make it to the finals?
I'm not retire, Robbie. I'm going to take care of
But I don't
pigeon
understand.
them and thing and
But
chicken Cuba and YouTube channel, you know?
No, but the sponsorship that he has is not a lifetime sponsorship
Oh, no. You tell us, Chris. I'm not sure. Maybe.
because I don't think it's a lifetime sponsorship, which is one of the reasons why Bolt can retire and Asafa can't, because the Bolt's sponsorship deals most of them are lifetime sponsorship deals.
Yeah.
So when they really look at it, I mean, Bolt can sit down comfortably now. Do nothing. Bolt have 3 children now, and Bolt can comfortably sit down and not do anything.
Then you get 3 more too. Chris, but what about the young guys? Sevilla came 3rd for the men.
Oblique Civil.
Yes, that's good.
He's a very good. He's a very good runner.
It's good to see, especially from the men's side, you know, some young men coming up because
In my opinion,
how is women?
But
he need a different coach. He needs somebody for coach him in terms of him speed. Because
It's a
Oblique
winning
Civil
race,
can
yeah.
clock 10-1, you know, easily, you know. Oblique Civil can clock 10-1. I just think that he needs a different coach. If he doesn't have a different coach, then I don't think he's gonna be able to reach that peak where I know he can reach. Because if he get a different coach and improve him speed, he can clock probably 9-8 if he wanted to. Because see them, Shelly was a 10-7 runner, 10-8 runner, changed coach, and now she's a 10-6 runner. And persons are touting her to maybe challenge that
I
world
heard
record.
that Megan Tapper changed her coach too.
Yeah, exactly. And see what's happening now. Megan is a 12-6 sprinter loss, so maybe Oblique Civil needs to switch coaches.
So Million Walker is returning.
Again?
Million Walker.
Oh,
I don't know, you know. I think
They
she was a great
400 hurt.
She was a great 400 meter hurdler.
yeah, but she never
and then
100
switched to
meters,
sprint.
100 hurdles that she didn't want to do, man.
Yeah, she wanted to switch to
Yeah.
sprint hurdles, but to me, when it comes to athletics, find what works for you, mind.
Chris,
Because-
I was saying that it's also, I'm good. I'm happy for Jalil Hyde as well.
Yeah, Jail Hyde might get a
Jalil
medal
Hyde,
as
yeah,
well.
man.
He's a
Excellent.
I think more for those.
He
He ran
clocked
his first
41.8,
Yeah,
40,
No, not Jolly. Yeah, Jolly ran a good time.
48.1. 48
Yeah,
is he clocked 48.
But the thing is though, if you're not running 44, you're not going to medal.
No, not 400 meter, you know.
400 meter hurdles.
400 meter hurdles.
Hurdles.
I think that he's gonna be able to medal in the 400 meter hurdles.
But that's a tough though, man.
It's gonna be tough.
What
One
about
person that I see coming up for 400 meter is Chubby. I think Chris Taylor is really slowly but surely coming back.
he had a medical situation who was it? This morning, do we know?
Yeah, in chest.
He had to be stretchered off.
After he ran the 400 in chest.
Yeah, when I get tight up.
So
Yeah.
I really
Wish
hope
we must
that
see
he
the
recovers.
recovery.
Also, guys, we can't, because Jamal is going to be coming on in a few minutes, but we cannot be on the stream and not talk about VCB retiring.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
heard.
mean, VCB has had an illustrious career, broke onto the scene in 2004 and really never looked back. So
Shot
She
from,
General
surprised
from
the
high
world.
school, man. From
She
to the
surprised the world.
yeah,
But
she
she
did.
didn't
So,
surprise us as Jamaicans because we knew what she could have done from
no,
their
we
days.
knew from she was here.
From
Because
some chance.
Yeah,
where
not
she, which high school she went to?
Veer.
The Veer Tech, right?
From that
So
time,
we
you
knew
could have
from
seen.
Veer that she was a good runner.
Yeah, man.
We just wanted the world to find out.
Yeah, man. And she represented herself well over the
Oh
years.
gosh, she did it
Yeah,
well.
man.
Defended her 200-meter title
Yeah, man.
in 2008 as well. I think she kind of knew that the 100-meter wouldn't have been hers
Yeah.
to take for Beijing, because I probably said I think that she saw the Will Marion, Shelly-Ann Fraser.
Yeah.
At that time, she was Shelly-Ann Fraser coming up. And I mean, I think it was just a very good career for her.
Yeah.
So Romel
and she
says,
passed the button to Shelly in the 200.
oh, yeah, she did.
Brother,
Talking
that me I
about
say.
400 meter, what happened to Donkey Man?
Donkey man,
Donkey Man was
man.
injured. Injured, man.
Yeah.
Injured. Who on to Akeem Bloomfield? I know that his mother died.
Yeah, I think
His mother
he's
died,
trying to
condolences.
recover emotionally from that.
Yeah.
In my
Condolences,
opinion, I
man.
think Paris 2024 is going to be his year to really break out as a 200 meter. Because remember, Bloomfield PB is 19.8, in 200, and he's 43.9 in 400. So
Remember, he did end up run down my boy with there, man. Remember, he ran us had to. I'm not sure if it was at the Olympics or the World Championship, but he got the back, what, 5th or 6th? And we end up run come 3rd, I think.
yeah.
He's on his leg, yeah.
So I think
Yeah,
that Akeem Bloomfield, I think he's trying to recover emotionally.
Yeah,
So
condolences, man. Hard when you lose a
condolences
mother,
to him, because I know Akeem Bloomfield from prep school. He used to go to
Okay.
Landerman's prep, and
Okay.
it was really heartbreaking to know that his mom had passed. So
Yeah, man. Condolences, Akeem.
condolences to his mom as well. So Ramel also said, I think Jamaica will break the women's 4x100 meter records. I also think
It's
that as
possible.
well.
It's possible, yeah.
I don't
You're
think it's
really-
possible. I think it's going to happen.
As in,
Once you get the button around smoothly,
Brianna to Sharika to Ilian to Shelly. That's going to break the record. Sharika
but the
has
USA can break the 100 meter record.
Why does
What?
that?
Who?
You mean Jamaica got broke it? Look here. Don't make Shakara.
Huh? No, man, the male.
Oh.
No, they're not breaking that. They're not breaking Jamaica's 36 point.
No, I'm going to do this. I'm gonna-
So
No, but the thing is, all right, during the time when we made it, right? During the time when we made it, we only had 2 sub 10 person running. But now they have.
No, we
yes.
didn't. No,
Michael
we didn't.
Fraser was a sub 10 man to brother.
Yes.
No, but during the Olympic
They're
time,
all
he was running 10, not sub 10.
Yep. I'm talking about career. All right, talking about the time of career.
Yeah, no, man, during the time, he was running 10.
But the USA guys, Robert, we're not running 9 consistently either.
No, we were running 9 consistently. But only 2 persons on the team were running 9 consistently.
How many persons?
4 of them running.
Apart from Ryan Bailey and Justin Gatlin, who was running 9 in the 100.
No, I mean no.
Oh, Romel. Okay. Yeah, but good chance. Oh, Romel say, man. Romel, yeah. Jamaica.
I think you're gonna have to have Brianna starting, because Brianna's a bullet start.
For me, I just want Brianna to do well. As a young, upcoming person, I want her to do really well. It will be really good to see her even go to maybe the semi-final.
Craig, as a 17-year-old, she was clocking 10.9.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah,
There's no 17-year-old female.
At her age, she's running faster
At
than
her
Shelly.
age,
At her age, she was doing better than Shelly at that age.
Right.
Exactly.
So it's a Brianna started, pass the button to Elaine
Sharika.
to run
Oh,
to
not
Shelly.
Elaine.
No,
Not
you can't have
Sharika.
Elaine passing the button to Shelly. Yeah, we don't
Why?
want that
I know.
because
Why?
of what we saw in the finals.
No, that's how. No one. I'm not gonna work on that, man. I work
That
out.
has nothing to do with anything.
We
We
don't
want to
want to
go.
have, we don't, we don't want to
I
have
don't
any
visit. Yo, let me tell you
anything.
something. This is what is going to be our problem. You see, if we keep dwelling on things that now go help we win the goal,
But it might just
it doesn't make
happen.
sense, you know.
No,
But it
as
might
an,
just
as a,
happen.
but Robert, as an athlete, you need to forget about that and focus on.
I agree.
a particular thing. You understand?
I agree.
And that has been. We've seen instances of this in our camp for years now. Remember,
But then again too. I remember we dropped the button. I remember we dropped the button already because of a similar situation. Not in the terms of speed. When what's her name, Karen Stewart, because she was fast and Shelly was fast. Was coming in too fast.
Karen and what's your name? The next week is slim one.
Sharon Simpson.
Everyone thinks when them people are there. Them retire?
No, I want to think Sharon Simpson still running.
No, man, she's not running, you know. She's doing commentary now, I think.
Okay.
But Karen Stewart, I would think Karen Stewart would be still running.
Yeah, I think
Because she started out with Shelly.
So, I mean,
I was like,
I still would have Elaine running the bend, my youth. I just think
Yeah,
Elaine runs
the first turn. I would give her the first turn.
No, sir. I'm not have Elaine start.
Because what's her name? Jackson is also fast and can run the street.
Yes, but she can run the back stretch too. That's what I'm saying. I would have Brianna
So you
start.
have
Brianna has a bullet start, just like Shelly. As a matter of fact, the start that the 100-meter finals, Brianna had one of the best starts in the entire team. So I would have Brianna starting the 4x1. I'd be to Sharika because Sharika has good top end speed. So I'd have Sharika running the back stretch, have Elaine run the bend, and have Shelly run the anchor. And that would have
No, I agree. You know, it's just based on what happened at this.
I don't be if she a true athlete, it would have made the difference.
It's professional.
Because at the end of the day, this is a 4x1. This is not the 100-meter. This is a 4x1, a team event.
Yeah, I represent the country. I know Jamaican people, you know, so we head out. I want to play people.
You think them just are going to single out Elaine Thompson? They're going to say Jamaican athlete Elaine Thompson. So you have to think of the bigger picture. You have to think about, okay, we have a race to run. We have a goal to get for our country.
Well, they should be training still, so and they would train. So yeah.
Exactly. And to be honest, if all goes well and they run brilliant, you know that they probably can break that 40-second barrier.
I think so.
Because the record is 40.8, you know. So I think that they can break that 30-second barrier. I'm not 100% sure, but I do think that they can break
9.7. And think there, Sharon what, 9.8? Jackson.
Sharika Jackson?
Yeah.
What? In
In
what?
the trials.
Why in what? 100?
Yeah.
Sharon 10.8.
10.8, right. So we have 2.10.7, we have 2.10.8.
She ran now, but she ran 10.7 in the semis. 10.77 in the semis.
She ran 10.7 in the semis. All right. Guys, Jamal is here. Jamal is here. So
Jamal side gone home. That was
Which side? Which side?
Portugal.
Oh,
Portugal on the side, brother.
well, and isn't it Netherlands is inside? So them inside
Yeah.
still got you anyway.
Yeah,
no.
you said the wrong thing first.
But I want to hear from you, Jamal, why you think Netherlands gone home?
Well, I was not surprised, to be honest. It wasn't quite the way I was expecting it would have gone had it gone that way. So I'm not surprised that it happened because Netherlands, they've been really up and down for a long time. And they really never have enough form like that. Mind you, them scored 2 goals in the last 10 games, at least 2 goals in the last 10 games. So that might have given you a false impression that they've been playing well.
Yeah.
but they've not been. So I'm not surprised, to be honest. And then Czech Republic look like one of those tournament teams. Every tournament there's always one team that just hit a piece of form, or one player just carrying them through. They just look like the tournament team this year. So they're one of them teams now.
Yeah. So what do you think is the reason why Belgium, why Portugal now, we can say former champions, are no longer in the competition?
Well, simple answer is they didn't have enough cutting edge going forward. That's a simple answer. Because in terms of how they handled the attacking threat of Belgium, it came down to a single excellent strike. And truthfully, if you lose to something like that, then
Yeah.
you've not really gotten a lot wrong. But then, from their point of view, Portugal wasn't able to carve out enough clear-cut chances. They had a few, but they're all like either come out of nowhere or half chances that maybe with the quality you'd expect them to do better with, but they didn't really carve out enough clear-cut chances. So I think at the end of the day, and on the balance of play on the day, it was just as simple as not being able to get that final impact that was necessary.
All right. So switching to track and field, as we were discussing, going forward, what a performance by Sherika in both 100 and 200. Has a PB now of 10.7 and for the 100, and has a PB of 21.7 for the 200. But the story of the weekend is the fact that Shelley has dominated both events. I mean, do you see that domination for Tokyo, or do you see it being as much closer than anything?
No, I don't see it being I don't see it being close at all, because here's the thing. A thing that Shelley has always had, and it is true in the name that she has now, is that rocket of a start. We always knew that her start has been phenomenal. And what she's done a lot lately, at least so far as I can see, since her return, so to speak, is that she's been working on her top end speed and her finish, and both of which have been coming good. I actually spoke with her directly following her 10.63 a couple of weeks ago. And, when I was talking to her, one of the things that she hailed as being the reason for this kind of continuing dominance, because, she's always been a dominant athlete, is that right now she's feeling so good, and the form that she has been excellent. And I don't mean form in terms of, patterns of success. I mean form in terms of actual motion in her movement. And when you're running with good form, with the power behind it, it is always so much easier to do. Because if you notice, she looks so easy in everything that she's been
Yeah,
doing.
man.
It's because exactly, it's because her form has been like considerably improved. One of the things that we talk about Asafa Paul, for example, has always been that he has excellent form with all the other stuff that he has. But there's a reason why he's managed to run more sub-10s than anybody else in the world, right?
Yeah.
Right.
He has that form. And so when you have the power behind it, and in what Asafa probably locked in mentality, Shelly has in space, then, it's easy for her to just get the results. And so no, I don't see where anybody's going to really challenge her like that, because she's confident. She's running good in terms of her running form. She's running good in terms of her form of late. And then she's actually been working on what has been traditionally, anyway, one of the weaker points of her race, which is her finish and the top end speed. A lot of sprinters, especially the ones that do the double, they tend to rely on their top end speed, which is why she's such a threat, because her start, that trademark rocket start that she has, that
Bullet
gets her.
start, man. Bullet
No,
start.
no, no,
That's
you
it,
can't
man.
talk about
Rocket start.
bullet start, a rocket start, but I'm sure that's but yeah, that start that she has, that gets her out ahead of everybody, 30 meters into the race, and then she has the power to keep ahead of them up to 80 meters into the race. Those last 20 meters is where people catch her back, but she's been working on that last 20 meters. I'd say even the last 30, 40 meters have been looking much better. So yeah, I don't see where it's gonna stop. I don't know if she's gonna run another 10-6 something. But if I were to
Brother,
hazard
why
a
not?
guess, I'd say if she does get, that good flow through the rounds and thing and feeling as good as she's feeling right now, I could see a 10-6-8 probably.
I have her running the same time she ran in Kingston, to be
Ten
honest.
six 3.
Yeah, I have her running 10-6-3, maybe even
I'd,
10-5-8.
I'd love to
She's
I'd love to see. I really would. I think. I mean, look. I was like I said. I was there the day when she ran that 10-6-3, and I was standing at the other end because obviously the media personnel will be at the finish line. So I saw when she got up out of the blocks, and I looked and I thought, not the best start from Shelley, which was uncharacteristic. But she got up maybe third or fourth out of the blocks, so far as I could see. And then from where I was as well, it seemed like she was getting by those people that were ahead of her, but it seemed like maybe it was they were a little further ahead. And then when I started to just hone in on her and stop like watching the field and saying, she looks smooth, she looks good. She crossed the finish line. And I saw the time and I was amazed. And then when I actually saw the replays from an alternate angle high up, from the broadcast position, and I saw the distance that she actually had on the field, I was staggered because in that moment I realized just how smooth she was and just how easy she was doing. The other day she jogged 10-7, you
Yeah.
know? So, I mean, look, I'm saying 10-6-8 because I don't think the 100 is where she's going to have the most challenge, to be honest. I mean, locally, obviously, it's the biggest challenge for us, but I don't think that's where she'd get the most challenge. I think she can comfortably wrap up that. So
But
I
Jamal,
think the 200 is probably where she'll have the most, and that's where she might put more of her energy. Yes, okay.
Jamal,
what your face
one on
look
Jamal.
for?
Jamal, so I'm to
Mm.
Shakari.
I'm to her.
Because, hey, can I tell you, as much as she's hype and she pumped up, I love, what I love about her is her fighting spirit and her confidence.
Yeah, her
And,
confidence is very good.
and I think, all things being equal, she's going to push our girls, I guess, to run their best. Because
Oh,
you can't
yeah.
sleep on her. You can't sleep on
Yeah.
her because,
No, look, we have that all the time, Craig.
man.
Every Olympics, every World Champs, it's more Olympics than World Champs, but every Olympics you always have
I want you.
two. You get me that you just look at it and say, hey, don't ramp with, yeah. But I mean the talk, and then he also said don't ramp with them, because them
Come
can't
on.
do it. But at the
Come
end
on.
of the day, as I said, why I don't see where them are gonna cause the most trouble, because Shelly's been there, she's done
Right.
that
Exactly.
twice,
Right.
which in and of itself is already history, right? And then she's feeling as good as she's feeling. And the thing about athletics, different from, for example, football, is that for you to be your best in athletics, you have to be at the absolute pinnacle of a human body, of a human being. So your mentality has to be ironclad, your physicality has to be on point, and your form has to be perfect. And right now,
True.
who is better than Shelly in all three categories? Because
Nobody.
Shaqiri has the mentality, but braggadocious kind of mentality.
Yeah, man.
It's not exactly as unwavering as I am a champion.
Yes.
You get what I mean? Then when you consider that she has the physicality in comparison to Shelly's a more powerful runner.
Yeah.
The technique that they have differs. So Shaqiri is a better top end runner. But then, like I said, that's particularly where Shelly's been working on, and her form has been excellent. So, see what I'm saying? Like, so on those three merits, she comes up a little short. So while I can expect that she run a fast time, you have to remember that the 10-6 what she run was wind aided. So she's probably looking at that. She probably is looking at running sub 10-7, which is why I think 10-6-8 from Shelly is a reasonable expectation, because Shaqiri probably go run a 10-6-9 or something.
And also, I was saying to Chris earlier in the week to throw in the fact that you run a semi-final at current time, and the finals is run 90 minutes or so after.
Right.
So you also have to be seasoned enough to run through the round.
Right.
As we can see, the whole.
Shelley always know when to reserve.
And then,
How much to
that's
reserve.
one of our strengths as Jamaican athletes, our ability to manage the round.
Except for one thing, not all in here. Because, hold on. We've seen if my boy did run in semi-final time and at the final. Now, enough time to see that.
Mhm.
We're not calling me, but
Yeah.
put out the bar. Yeah, man. No, when men's track and field was dying, he was the lone soldier lying on the
Yeah.
top.
Yeah.
Look up to the heaven. The heart, and now pressure you will understand. So, now
Yeah, we're not kidding. We're not kidding. But
Had them.
all right, so now the decision, Jamal, you're a coach, and now you have the decision to make in terms of running the 4x1. Craig and I agree. Robert doesn't. And who?
Because of one thing.
Hold on, guys, we need to discuss this. So I'm just going to tell you who Craig and I think should go in terms of stages for the 4x1.
For the
We
4x1.
have 4x1 women.
Why not just have him tell us who him think?
he would use, yeah.
Alright, you hear four
in,
and
in, your, in your order, in the order.
in order. First leg, second leg, third leg, anchor.
I would probably have. Alright, so I know I'd have Shelley probably anchoring it.
Okay.
I'd probably have Elaine on the backstretch. I feel like Brianna wouldn't be too bad on the start. Maybe Jacko could be the third leg.
Alright, so
Who you have on the third leg?
he said Jackson, Sharika Jackson.
Okay.
No, Robert. What? Let me ask Jamal. Jamal, why do you have Jacko as the third leg and not Elaine as the third leg?
Because the backstretch is probably the hardest leg I think to run. I think the backstretch, and then look, here's the thing with the backstretch. You need flat out speed to get through that. And I don't think there's much better at providing that than Elaine. And then Jackson specifically on the third leg because she has that strength to get around the bend. To add to the speed that she would have.
Okay. So nice explanation, Jamal, as to why you would have Jacko as opposed to Elaine. We had Brianna to Jacko, to Elaine, to Shelley. But Robert had Jacko as the third leg because of what he has heard with Elaine and Shelley. And I said that makes no sense because if you're representing your country,
I run you want to run and win a goal.
you want to run and win the race.
Yeah.
So in my opinion, the reason why and in the 100 meter, this is what determined my positioning for both Sharika Jackson and Elaine. In my opinion, Sharika Jackson proved she had more speed than Elaine Thompson because Jackson used her speed, you know.
She was closing and telling to, you know.
And she was closing in on Shelley too. She had a couple steps. Because remember, you know, Jacko, nobody, and she doesn't do sprint training. Jacko in semis run 10.8, and persons were like, oh, she runs so fast in the semis, especially Craig. Craig say you can't show yourself too much in the semis.
No, man, you have to.
And she was not only was she able, of course she wasn't able to run again, but she was not only able to run sub 11, but she was able to run a good sub 11 clocking. 10.8 is a good sub 11 clocking. And I just think that she was her
10.84, she ran 10.84 in the finals.
Huh?
10.84, she ran in the finals.
Yes.
Yeah, and Elaine ran 10.82.
And
No,
how much did
you ran 10.82. Right.
And how much did she run? How much did Shakira run in the semis? 10.77.
Huh?
How much did she run in the
Shakira
semis?
Jackson, 10.77, yeah.
10.77. Okay.
So, in my opinion, I would have had Sharika run the backstretch and Elaine run the bend because Elaine can run a good bend, you know. 200 meter that I watched this morning, she ran a decent bend.
She can, but I don't know. I feel like here's the thing. We're not talking about a flat start. We're talking about
taking it in motion.
Right. And I feel like Elaine gets into her stride faster. They say that she have to run go catch Shelly and she'd have to run and get
Yeah,
past
right,
Elaine.
right.
Yeah, so I think Elaine gets into her stride much faster. And then the thing is, when you get to the third bed, because in my limited experience doing track and field, I actually did
You
run
want
the
to be
third
ahead.
Oh, he's so modest. He's so modest.
I did run the third leg, and so I know that when you get to that leg, it's
You want
less
to be ahead.
about it's less about trying to win your leg. It's
Yeah.
more about setting up your ankle leg to
Right.
get to that point. And then the complexity of running that third bend, because the complexity of the first leg is not the bend, it's the start. That's
Yeah.
the piece of it. The third leg has a lot to do with the bend, because I didn't think I was the fastest runner on my 4x1 team, but I definitely ran the bend better than everyone else on the team. And so when I would run a bend, I would still get that ground made up with the
Right.
amount of speed that I had and
Up
the
the
technique that I had
curve.
going
You
into
have
the
to
bend.
up the curve.
There you go.
Yeah.
You get me?
Yeah.
And I just think Jackson has a better bend in her than Elaine can have. But then more to the point, Elaine gets into her stride much faster than because I would have never taken on the second leg because I feel like I have more strength than speed. You get me?
Okay, yeah.
But Elaine has a lot of speed and strength. So she can keep her top form right throughout the second leg, past into Jackson, who can then take the speed that she has and the strength right down the bend. And then, of course, Shelly get the business done at the end.
All right, so we have his explanation. So I mean the injuries that you're seeing down at these trials, what do you make of it? Do you think it's less COVID that might have caused it, or what? Because Omar injured, Donkeyman injured, Chris Taylor has had some chest problems. I mean, what do you make of these injuries that are happening?
I think it's one or a combination of two things. So I don't know if it's necessarily COVID specifically, but more the knock-on effect of it, i.e., the lack of competition. Like I said, to be an athlete and to be at the top of your game, you have to look. Being physically fit is enough to play a lot of sports. Being able to go the distance is enough to play cricket. But man have big belly and play cricket because you can stand up for the whole of the game.
Even know.
Them can stand up for the whole of the game. Them can just make a quick burst to go feel a ball.
I change the position and go feel a slip.
There you go. So you just need to be able to go the distance. To play football, you just need to be fit. How many of those guys are not necessarily having guts, but like they don't look particularly athletic then, for lack of a better word. To be an athlete, you have to be prime. As a physical specimen, you have to be right up there. And a lot of that has to do with their ability to have incorporated all of those things that they have done in the
Prime at the right time.
Yeah, of course,
Prime
definitely. But you see that's the thing, right? Because they're not they would have their training that they're doing, right? And the regimens would be going fine. And the scheduling of the different phases of where they should be is going fine in training. But the competition helps a whole lot. Because for one thing, when you're in competition now, apart from early rounds where you're probably just working on a particular phase of your race, you're looking to give it that all. Right? And so here it is now that these guys are coming out and they're giving it their all because it's national trials, you can't afford not to. But then they're giving it all round after round after round. You get me? That would be right.
Because in the early rounds, one of the things that they need is a start. They want your start to be perfect so you can get out and then you can cool down and just go with the dry phase.
Right. Yeah. And so this is essentially for a lot of these guys. When them go off and they go run a race or two somewhere, and that's it for the day, then just recoup and them come again. Right now, they're running all these races in quick succession. For a lot of them, it might be the first time for the season.
Yeah, because Jamal, Papa, like, based on what I've seen with Chris Taylor, Calabar. Based on, at Calabar, we know that he's a small stature. I always thought he had a good pair of lungs. So when I saw him collapse on the field, I said, I walk on with Chris. Me not use Chris. Look them way. Chris normally have. He's normally a strong runner.
A couple weeks ago, I'm trying to remember who it was. I think it was Malik James King. At some of the Olympic Destiny meets that were happening at the stadium, he would have run a race, and then I think it was maybe the 100 meter or something like that. But he ran a race, and then he laid there on the ground for the next maybe 30 minutes, almost motionless, just breathing. No. It was Malik James King. You get me? He was just on the ground, just breathing. He was completely out of it. And then he got up and then he ran a next race. And that was actually, I think, a 400 hurdle. Obviously part of training, but it's like when you see that kind of thing, and so that's the kind of pressure that their body will be under constantly. So they might be more, astute to it than you and I would be, but they still are human, and so there are times when it's just a lot for the body to take. Because Jaleel Hyde, so kudos to him for what he's done. I think the last 400 I saw him run, the man couldn't even talk. They even want to lift up his head. He was on the ground. Oh,
come on, can I say something? You guys are in media, right? We need to talk to the media people and stop interview the people as them done run. Give them 5 minutes, man.
I don't like it.
Really talk. God, man, give them 5 minutes, man.
Hey, I remember when we were doing the Destiny meet, one of the Destiny meets. I think it was the second one, and the lady had just ran 400 meters. Jamal Dwayne from what's name again? Dwayne Richards from what's his sporting page guy again? But Dwayne went over to her saying that he wants an interview from her. Bridging by the time we look Elaine gone.
So that's why you guys try to grab them early.
Yeah, no, sometimes they do move around and they you can't find them again. But then the thing is, what you have to do, you just have to give them time, because usually if you say to them, say, hey, when you're ready, I'd like to talk to you. If you come to them and just in them face and thing, outside of you being TVJ who can do them something, you come to them and say, you want an interview in them face, they'll be kind of,
reluctant.
Them not really want to talk. For one thing, they can't breathe. But then if you say to them, say, want to have a chat with you after you catch your breath, and you probably even offer them a bottle of water. They can't really do that now because of regulations and stuff.
Yeah, man.
Just give them a chance to recoup themselves. They're very receptive. They're very receptive afterwards.
They could put them run.
Oh, jeez.
You want to go for them. Oh, what did you do today?
Yeah. I don't like seeing it.
Yeah, for breakfast.
I don't like seeing it. I said the worst part is that, because when I was working the meets the other day, we would have been recording these things. So I can wait 10, 15 minutes to even catch a breath. That when we record it and I like it, I go nowhere right now.
Right.
TV obviously don't have that luxury, so I understand that. But then I would have worked radio, and on the radio, we're live. And it's not like TV where we can look and see them tired. All you gotta hear over the radio is, and my coach said to execute. You get me like that. That's not help nobody. So, you have to give them a chance sometimes. I don't like TV. It's actually one of my pet peeves.
Yeah, 100%. Timor Bell back up in
Boy, rough.
No, go back to the internet spot, to the internet spot. Jamal, I tell you something. You see my face big. Man, I used to be excellent at 100 meter. I tell you, I tell you. Bell used to be a 100 meter runner. Bell, what happened? What happened with you?
Life.
Life.
Good life.
Life happened.
Boy.
Come on, aliens.
Respect, man.
Yeah, so it's I do understand that, That's why a lot of times when I am doing broadcasting, I was a producer, you have to respect, because with football as well, football as well is not an easy thing, because you do know, Craig, make gonna let you know for that. Did you know that if Waterhouse loses, Footy not attacking.
No.
If Waterhouse losing up, Marcel not attacking. He's not speaking to you. He's not gonna have a conversation. If they win, yes. But if they lose, no. He's not having a conversation. So there's certain aspects that you have to respect. One thing you have to do as a sports person is read the whole entire stadium.
Yeah.
Whether it's a football pitch or a race track or a track, you have to read the place.
Yeah.
Because if you see the person look dejected and then bust,
Yeah.
you have to go wait.
The only thing I'd say to that is that sometimes it come like when you play ball and you know the ball lick your foot last, but you have to ask me sometimes. So
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. You know, so them probably not feel it, but if you say to them, hey, you good for a talk, maybe they might say not now or something. Point in case the other day, Desiree Russell, when he injured himself, and they asked him for an interview, and of course, him distraught and just kind of, say, no, not no, I walk on. I stand up and drink a bottle of water, because I'm thirsty, so now, wait for my next interview. Man comes over and says, hey, sorry about that, just the headspace I was in wasn't so great. You see one interview, you get me, and I was surprised, but then, I'm not surprised at the same time because of who it is. But, it's like, sometimes you have to ask, because you don't know, but you have to respect it at the same time. And like you said, Chris, you have to read the environment too. Because I remember I had interviewed Shelley once, and that was when, was that a trials as well? When Brianna ran that amazing time, and Elaine had beaten Shelley as well, or had beaten Shelley, and everyone was flocking to those two, and Shelley was off to the side. But she's always such a good person to interview. And I realized she was there by herself, and I thought, okay, well, everyone is already focused on these two, rightly so. And my team up top would have been talking about the runs from those two. There wasn't a whole lot going on about Shelley, and there she was, free as a bird. So I went over and I had a conversation with her. I brought in talks about Elaine and Brianna because they were obviously the hot topic, but Shelley is still Shelley, so talk about her as well. And that's like I said, reading the circumstance, because Elaine and Brianna is the talk of the town, but Shelley is available. So I just mix the two together.
Right. So guys, this is the end of the broadcast. I want to say thank you so much to everybody that joined. Craig, Jamal came in late, but still was able to look forward. Robert, disappointed, but I said go Robert. I said
Jamal, Robert don't look like that generally. And face swell up because he's my client. Robert is slim. As a girl for tears. So now rest of the problem. Just ice it tonight and get some tea tonight. Because yesterday the man say, yo. Hey, yesterday the man say, yo, Portugal, nah, disappoint me. Last time I said to Mr. Robert, extra prayer tonight, yes, because I'm not going to need it. But they never play bad, though. Trust me, it was just unfortunate.
No, they didn't. They were just unlucky.
Yeah,
they were just unfortunate.
Yeah.
So I can't really say, well, Portugal never good today. No, they played decent.
Yeah, they were not outplayed.
They were not outplayed by them at all. And I think that they neutralized Kevin De Bruyne pretty well too.
Every possible way.
Except for the goal from Belgium, I think we played a bit.
Yeah.
I think that you guys get the ball well, and Sanchez, I think, has revitalized his career playing that centre mid role. Because remember, 2016 was sir.
But just revitalizing career. Why would I do that?
Thank you, Jamal.
Revitalizing career. Why would I go Arsenal?
Thank you,
Jamal. I think $1 billion. I think it's I don't know, something wrong with Arsenal.
My youth, I don't think I'd go there. I don't know. I would never go.
I don't think I'd even go as a spectator, much as a football.
You're a Manchester United fan, don't it?
Well, I'm a fan of football as well.
Mama, which team you carry?
Yeah, I mean United.
He's a Manchester United fan.
Yeah, see, man.
Alright, come on, so I end the car now, yeah? Too much money you might I do.
Hold on. See Mark here. Boy, I do the outro now. And
I'm
Mark
a man, you man.
just a man.
Yeah, man. And too much
I
money
want
you
to say
might I
about
do.
Man U. I want to
See
say
Man
about
U,
Man
man.
U now.
No, that man is a Manchester United fan, so I say too much money you people in that group.
Team over now go and good. Every
You
minute.
earth up your head in the Mark. God, the season has started.
Well, Chris, I tell you what I have to tell you already, you know, with them, you know.
Say getting Sancho. Say getting Sancho, man.
No, yeah, but Robert, that is not enough.
Man, you get Sancho?
After 2 seasons.
The deal is practically done, you know. They're just working. They're just working out the details.
And whatever, the details.
What I can't understand is why them decide that people say, oh, we're gonna sign Sancho and we have this player and that player and that. Man City have about 50 million. Man City have about 50 million star players. So
On the
why?
bench. On the bench.
It no matter 11 man can play on the field at any given time. So
Yeah.
when you have the whole other options that can come on, you just rotate it. Why we need to sell somebody to? Why we not just keep the whole of
Thank you
them?
very much. That is my point. I'm in a group. And Chris them take me on. I said, we don't need this, we don't need that. We have to remember,
Sancho need to get
Manchester
that
United is
one.
playing. Manchester United are going to play the other little domestic league and we also the Champions League. If you don't have a squad where you can rotate, you need a good squad. You don't have a squad where you can take off. For example, you take off Bruno and Pogba. Man, we are going to put on shake it. You have to say, I wonder if him can hold out.
That don't make sense. When City take off one man, then bring on one next man, and you say, take off somebody.
Superstar.
So I couldn't understand the argument where the first thing them say is, oh, we can't sign Sancho because, you know, certain players are there or certain players need to leave first to free up this and free up that. What man of rubbish? Where has it ever been a problem having better quality, more quality all over? Where has that ever been a problem?
Point. And when they look money in a Jamal, look at Chelsea. Chelsea, I know, last year Chelsea spent some money, you know, and buy like Kai Havertz, and the whole of them, man. I mean, them still are looking to strengthen them team. The man they go for Alan.
They might try it, Alan.
Manchester City.
Yeah.
Manchester City is well rounded. And still are going for Hurricane.
Yeah.
And Grealish.
And Grealish.
Yeah.
Brother, if Grealish better than it, you know.
Grealish gonna end.
Yeah, it's done, brother. I'm not wanting to go there.
I don't want him there either.
Okay, I don't
Don't
want
want him to go there.
them.
Yeah, I don't want him to go there either.
If either go, it's going
to be a juggernaut team. Anyone they get Hurricane and Grealish.
Yeah.
I get my way. I tell you that.
I stop watch football once them get them two.
No, because you know it's a short thing. It's going to tell us something. Gabriel Jesus has been missing most of the time in the end for them. But you have man like Ford, Gundogan, and them man, they can deploy them, score the goal and down and that way Gabriel don't look that bad. You understand? As a forward now. It almost come to remind me of Liverpool. Liverpool is was so good with the country that even when Firmino now score, because Mane and Salah keep scoring, don't even
to something, you know,
so
to add to the point that we had made to Mark, using Liverpool as the example. The minute Liverpool, because we know them starting 11 every week, the minute they had a couple injuries, them nearly never played in Europe. That's the point of having depth. Yeah, that's the point of having depth. Because when you say, oh, Sancho are coming up, so that means Mason Greenwood can't play. What? First of all, Mason Greenwood is A, good enough, and B, young. So the two of them can play together for years to come. Secondly, if Mason Greenwood is as good as him is, if he's supposed to be the real deal as supposedly so, then you up your game. Show it out. I'm going to take a one game. So me not believe that this look
But they're going to need the depth because African Cup of Nations coming up too.
Yeah, but then I have no whole heap of Africans
But
like that.
but I
By
said,
We don't have a
he's
lot
always
of
injured anyway.
but even Jamal, a perfect example to where you say. You remember how Luke Shaw was playing on our team
But just like I said, I was
until he
yeah.
bring Alex Telles. When they
Alex
bring
And I
in
think
Telles.
Tellez
Telles,
is a
it's
better.
like
I think Tellez is a
yo,
better left-sided player. Luke Shaw
he is.
probably is a better
It's more
defender, but I
forward.
think Tellez is a better left-sided player. And the minute Tellez come in, Shaw realize say, "Ooh, game at jeopardy."
Improve him game.
Yeah,
That is
And
what
he
I'm
has
trying
been
to you. That is what
exceptional,
I'm
I
he
showing you.
has
tell you.
been,
And
The
them
best
think
left
they
back in
only
the
make
league.
that them think they only make players better, But I
of
remember
course.
for what time Pogba they just start get lacklustered. Because what? You know nobody where if you take if Pogba game gone, the little man where them are gonna put in a team position. Now gonna give us now can like so him just behave anyway.
Mhm.
You
One of the
understand?
things where
But
him did
if
always
you
a
bring in
ball
a
for,
man,
one of the things him always did a ball for was better players around him. I feel like so much people focus on this narrative or trying to push the agenda that he's a disruptive force in the dressing room and a prima donna and all that. That they don't notice some of these things that he was saying loud and clear. That he wasn't never complaining about Manchester United, the club, or the fans. Or the man said we need to have better players to
of
compete,
course.
and he want better players around him.
But him no wrong. Him no wrong. Him no
And he
wrong.
was never wrong, no. Because look,
Him no
and
wrong.
then look when him go get in the French squad, and them have one bag of stars, and him look phenomenal.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Him win the World Cup in a 2018, which is another part of the problem now, because he win the World Cup in a 2018. His manager live on TV at the time, Mourinho, had the chance to praise him and say, well, I hope him realize why him win. Yeah, the reason he didn't win is because you are not managing,
But
and
you
B,
Yeah.
they're
exactly
actual
him just
quality
make
players.
himself look stupid. He
Of
make
course he
himself
did.
look stupid now because first
Of
of
course,
all,
because he's shouting in an
all of
empty
them
room.
keep
Nobody
on
can argue with him. Pogba
everybody keep on a
gonna
blame
take
Pogba in a
something.
defensive CD, a defensive mid.
Yeah,
Pogba is not like that.
no.
The reason why the man looks so good at France, we are talking about this earlier, is because of a Conte. Conte do that
Mm-hmm.
defensive work and allow him to
Yeah.
freedom to hold the ball,
Mm-hmm.
distribute, turn, look and whatever. Him don't have that a man now. So I
He
think
don't
for
have
them
that
thing that they
freedom.
are ball out for. But
Of course. Because
uh,
at the end,
I
look, at
don't
the
know.
end of the day, when, for example, when Barcelona was running ragged the whole world, the man them used to set training harder than some of the match them. Because when them are training with the players what them have in the squad, in the way them play
Right.
football, it was more difficult to win a game 6-6 than it was to play against Vallecano.
Yeah.
But yet still, United used 2-1 to Sheffield United, who get
Mm,
relegated from February.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
That's
remember,
true.
I remember that year when others feel beaten the 2 times too.
There you go.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
And
man.
Brighton coming like the best thing in the world.
In other words,
Jeez.
All right, guys. So, like I said, I want to say thank you so. I want to say thank you to Mark, Jamal, Robert, in really coming on and giving the expertise. That on next week Sunday, we will be discussing the Euros once more. And that is going to be a very, very good discussion because by that time we know quarters, how it's set, and what's going to happen. But I really want to thank you guys. Thank you for persons that came on, Kino and Rommel. Thank you guys so much. We'll do this
and
again
Romy
next week.
and Raman.
And
Yeah,
Raman
man.
as well for coming on. Mark and Craig, remember it's Atlanta versus Milwaukee this evening. We'll
Yeah.
see
Yes,
if
yes.
Giannis can step
Hey,
up and win.
remember to put that on the agenda for next week because I'm sure we are going to know who is going to be the final
No.
by then.
By that time we
We
know.
know who's going to
Because
the
I don't
final.
think that
Yeah,
Phoenix is losing this series against the Clippers. And I think
I
that if
know.
Giannis really steps up his
I
game and
I am
Chris
seeing
Middleton, I think that Milwaukee is gonna beat Atlanta.
I'm seeing
I
a
just don't
Bucks Suns final.
I see a Bucks Suns finals, but we'll see. Thank you guys so much again for joining. It's been a
Yeah,
pleasure.
man.
Robert, answer please. Or me just message you. Craig, me know you answer. So big up yourself.
Robert,
Mark,
ice of
we
tears, yeah,
talk
ice of
off
tears.
here.
Boy, dry your tears, brother.
Jamal, thank you again so much.
Yeah, man, respect.
Jamal, it's always a pleasure with you on the live. Also, guys, we have some new projects coming up, some new things coming up. So please, road to 500 subscribers, gents. Share with your friends, share with your neighbors, everybody. Road to 500. It's little, but it's a very good goal that we will achieve in a few weeks. This is what we need to do. So thank you guys so much again, and we do this again on Sunday.
All right.
Yeah, guys.
Big up everybody. Come on.
Be safe.
Take care.
Take care.
All right.
All right.
That's all.